Well, this is what I've spent the last several months constructing. It started with a 1998 Polaris XC700 chassis. And on top of that, I made it look like a 1978 John Deere Liquifire. I've got the John Deere hood, John Deere bumper. That bumper actually is the John Deere bumper mounted right onto the Polaris chassis. Worked out pretty good. I got the John Deere dash, gauges, John Deere liquidator style seat, something like a liquidator, not quite exactly. There's a rear view. The suspension is the Extra 10, I believe, that Polaris is using in 98. The front suspension is, I don't know if that's a CRC suspension. It does have the inboard mounted trailing arms, so they're not quite as conspicuous as would be a trailing arm that mounts over there. Now we'll open the hood and show you what's under there. The motor is from a 1997 Indy 440. I didn't use the 700 engine that came with the chassis because it was in a bit rough shape, and they like their fuel. I do have the John Deere Liquifire radiator mounted there. I'm tied into the tunnel mounted heat exchangers. I didn't bother tapping into the bulkhead heat exchanger, which this machine has, because I thought that might be too much cooling. The John Deere air box fits on the Polaris carbs quite well. Polaris clutching, of course. Coolant recovery bottle, that's already got oil injection on this thing, so we're using my favorite oil tank, Skidoo Safari, I believe it is. I've got those on a few sleds. The fuel tank, what looks like the fuel tank, isn't really the fuel tank, but you do fill it through this fuel tank. There's a downspout tied into there, and that goes down. I don't know if you can see it. There's an aluminum fuel tank mounted down there, and it's about 5 inches high at the front, but then it steps down to about a 2-inch height tank that runs the full length of the tunnel. And it dumps into a sump tank here, which I draw fuel from, which the engine draws the fuel from. So that's about it, and I hope to test drive this thing tomorrow. We'll see how things go. It'll be its first time on the snow as a complete unit. Anyways, thanks for watching.